welcome to Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First, episode 262. It's Sunday, the 3rd day of June, 2018. My names are Dr. Jerry the First Oguzie. I'm speaking this morning on what we do every day defines us. In 1911, two explorers, Amundsen and Scott, embarked on a race against each other to become the first known human being to set foot upon the southernmost point of the Earth. It was the age of Antarctic exploration, as the South Pole represented one of the last uncharted areas in the world. Amundsen wished to plant the Norwegian flag there on behalf of his country, while Scott hoped to stake his claim for England. The journey there and back from the base camps was about 1,400 miles, which is roughly equivalent to a round-trip hike from New York City to Chicago. Both men would be traveling the same distance on foot through extremely cold and harsh weather conditions, and both men were equally equipped with experience, supplies, and a supporting team of fellow explorers. As it turned out, Amundsen and Scott took entirely different approaches to the very same challenge. Scott directed his team to hike as far as possible on the good weather days and then rest on bad weather days to conserve energy. Conversely, Amundsen directed his team to follow a strict regimen of consistent daily practice by hiking exactly 20 miles every day, regardless of weather conditions. Even on the warmest day, clear sky days, when Amundsen's team was capable of hiking much further, he was absolutely adamant that they travel no more than 20 miles to conserve their energy for the following day's hike. Which team do you think succeeded in the end? Of course, Amundsen's team, the one that took consistent daily action. Why? Because what we do every day defines us. Today's progress is always compounded by yesterday's effort, no matter how small. And it all comes down to the power of self-discipline. Think about the most common problems we deal with in our modern lives, from lack of presence, to lack of exercise, to unhealthy diets, to procrastination, and so forth. In most cases, problems like these are caused not by a physically present limitation, but by a limitation of the mind, specifically a lack of self-discipline. We put the hard things off until tomorrow for a variety of reasons, until we've lost our momentum. We grow accustomed to the belief that things should be easier than they are, and that waiting another day or two makes the most sense. Then one day, we wake up and we're emotionally incapable of doing the hard things that need to be done. So let this story be your wake-up call. Your mind and body need to be exercised to gain strength. They need to be challenged. They need to be worked consistently to grow and develop over time. If you haven't pushed yourself in lots of little ways over time, if you always avoid doing the hard things, of course you'll crumble on the inevitable days that are harder than you expected. And if you had to guess, we'll say Scott's team suffered in exactly the same way. They tried to make things easier on themselves. The fantasy of easier became their mantra, their subconscious goal. But this fantasy was never going to be a reality during a 1,400-mile foot race to the South Pole. Scott's team lost the race, not only on ground, but even in their minds first. So don't follow in their footsteps. Are you willing to spend a little time every day, like most people won't, so you can spend the better part of your life like most people can't? Then follow the footsteps of Amundsen and his team. Until I come your way again, this is Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First. is powered by Top Media and Communication Nigeria. All rights reserved. Thank you for listening to this broadcast today. It would please us to no end if you continue to visit our podcast. And so to be able to do that, kindly click on the red subscribe button towards your right to subscribe to our channel. In the same vein, also click on the bell beside the subscribe button so that you can always receive the notification for any new podcast we upload. Also give us a thumb up to like this podcast. These help us to grow. And do help us share the podcast to your friends in the different social media sites you belong to. Click on the share tab just below the podcast and share directly from there. The full text of this podcast is on our blog, and would you want to read it, kindly visit the blog. We have a Facebook page where we also post our podcast on a daily basis. If you're on Facebook, kindly like our Facebook page. The links to our blog and our Facebook page are in the description box right below. Thank you for your attention. Do have a very nice day.